Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. You are not going to believe what just happened in the Roloff family. Yes, the Roloff family from Little People, Big World, the family we've laughed with, cried with, and watched grow for nearly 2 decades. But this time, the news isn't just another headline. It's something that truly touched hearts across the world. Because after all the drama, the distance, and the heartbreak, something beautiful just happened. So grab their coffee, sit tight, because today's story starts with a twist, one that no one saw coming. A few months ago, fans noticed something strange. Matt Roloff posted a photo on Instagram, not of his farm, not of his projects, but of a dinner table, a long wooden table, and around it, the entire Roloff family. Yes, Tori, Zach, Amy, Chris, Karen, everyone. For a family that's had its fair share of tension, that image was unbelievable. The caption simply said, "It's time to let love win." And fans lost it. Comments flooded in. Wait, is this real? Are they all together again? Please tell me this means they're healing. No one expected that after all the farm feud, the hurt feelings, and those awkward family moments on TV, we'd see them share a table again. But this wasn't just a random dinner. This was a moment of forgiveness, and it all started with one phone call. According to close sources, it was Zach who made the first move. He reportedly called his dad Matt after months of silence, not about the show, not about the farm, but about something much deeper. Family. Zach said, "Dad, it's time we stop fighting about land and start talking about love." That line, simple, emotional, and powerful, broke the ice. Matt was reportedly quiet for a few seconds and then said, "Son, I've been waiting to hear that for a long time." That's when everything started changing. That one phone call opened a door that had been closed for years, and what followed next truly warmed hearts. After that call, Zach and Tori decided to plan something special, a surprise family dinner. But here's the twist. Matt had no idea. Neither did Amy or Karen. Zach told Tori, "If we wait for everyone to agree first, it'll never happen. Let's just do it." So they booked a cozy, farmhouse-style restaurant just outside of Portland, the same one where Matt and Amy had once celebrated an anniversary years ago. There, they planned a private dinner, just family, no cameras, no producers. When the invitations went out, Amy was stunned. She told Chris, "I don't know if I'm ready for this, but maybe. It's time." On the other hand, Karen was nervous. She said, "I just don't want it to be awkward." But everyone agreed, and that's when the real story began. It was a cool Oregon evening. The restaurant was quiet, candlelight glowing softly through the windows. Matt arrived first, punctual as always. Then Amy walked in, wearing a blue dress, her heart racing. They hadn't sat at the same table in months. And then, one by one, Zach, Tori, Chris, Karen, all walked in. For a moment, nobody said a word. The air was thick with emotion. Then Tori broke the silence. "Okay, everyone," she smiled nervously. "Let's eat before we change our minds." Laughter. Soft, awkward, but real. That laughter melted the tension instantly. And as the night went on, stories started flowing about the kids, the memories, the holidays they missed together. It wasn't perfect. There were tears, there were long pauses, but there was also love. Amy even raised a glass and said, "We may not be perfect, but we're family, and that's what matters." Matt smiled and added, "This is what I've been dreaming of." Here's the most heartwarming part. This dinner wasn't for publicity. No TLC cameras, no producers, just them. Sources close to the family confirmed that it was completely private and that everyone left the dinner with a lighter heart. Afterward, Matt reportedly hugged Amy. Yes, hugged, and told her, "Thank you for showing up." Amy replied, "We may have walked different roads, but we'll always share the same roots." And that line became the symbol of their healing. When that single photo dropped on social media, fans couldn't stop talking. Within hours, the post had thousands of comments and millions of likes. One fan wrote, "This is the Roloff family I fell in love with." Another said, "If they can forgive each other after all this, there's hope for everyone." Even former Little People Big World cast members chimed in, sharing how proud they were to see the family together again. For the first time in years, the Roloffs weren't trending for drama, they were trending for love. Now, here's a sweet behind-the-scenes secret. Amy actually helped make this reunion possible. Even though she didn't plan the dinner, she had already been reaching out quietly to mend bridges. She had written Matt a letter, one she never intended to post publicly, where she wrote, "We built a life together, raised amazing kids, and no matter what, we'll always share that bond. I hope someday we can find peace." That letter stayed in her drawer for months, until she finally gave it to Zach, and Zach in turn used that letter to inspire the reunion. So in a way, Amy's words became the heart of it all. Another major reason this reunion happened was the kids. Jackson, Lila, Josiah, they love visiting the farm, seeing Grandpa Matt, and spending time with everyone. Tori once said in a vlog, "We don't want our kids to grow up thinking family is something you give up on when it's hard." That line really hits home, because at the end of the day, kids notice everything. The tension, the silence, the missing faces at the table, and the adults realized it was time to break that cycle. The kids reminded them what family truly means. Now, one of the most surprising parts of the evening was how Chris Merrick and Karen Chandler interacted. Remember, fans often worried that Amy's new husband and Matt's fiancé might keep things awkward. But surprisingly, they didn't. Chris and Matt actually shared a friendly chat about the farm, while Karen complimented Amy on her cooking videos. At one point, Chris joked, "Looks like we're finally a modern family." Everyone laughed. Even Amy smiled, shaking her head, "Don't push it, Chris." But that laughter said everything: acceptance, growth, and peace. Before the night ended, Zach stood up with a small toast. He looked around the table and said, "We've all been through a lot, but tonight proves that love wins. We can't change the past, but we can build a better tomorrow, together." Everyone raised their glasses. Tears, smiles, hugs, it was everything fans had hoped for and more. Amy hugged Tori, Matt hugged Zach, Karen and Chris clinked glasses, and for the first time in years, the Roloff family felt like a family again. The next morning, Amy shared a quiet selfie from her porch with a cup of coffee. Her caption read, "Grateful. Healing takes time, but love is always worth it." Matt shared a picture of the sunrise over Roloff Farms. His caption, "A new chapter begins." Fans could feel it. Something real had changed. This wasn't just a post. This was peace. Soon after, people online started sharing their own reunion stories. Families mended old wounds, friends reconnected, siblings reached out. The Roloffs didn't just heal themselves. They reminded the world that forgiveness is powerful. And in a world filled with drama and headlines, that was the story everyone needed. So, after all the ups and downs, the divorce, the new relationships, the farm drama, the distance, the Roloff family found their way back to love. And maybe that's the message we all needed right now. Because family isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up, forgiving, and choosing love again and again. So to the Roloff family, thank you for showing us that healing is possible. And to everyone watching, maybe it's time to pick up the phone, send that message, and fix what's broken. Because if the Roloffs can do it, so can we. And that's today's story, everyone. A Roloff family heartwarming update that truly gave us chills, smiles, and maybe even a few tears. If you loved this update, hit that like button, share it with someone who needs hope today, and don't forget to subscribe for more uplifting stories from your favorite TV families. Until next time, I'm your host, signing off with one simple truth. No matter what happens, love always wins.